Thanks for checking out today's video. Today I'm going to go into detail on how to make a mild cam. In this case, I'm using a Tooley truck Norris cam. How to make that cam sound like a big nasty cam by just messing with a few settings in HP tuners. The main things we're going to be adjusting is the overall idle speed, RPM, overall idle timing, and for all this, your AFR has to be on point. Make sure it's at least storage, or if anything, a little bit lean, because if it's too rich will soften up the chop. It'll make it smoother, actually. So you want it storage or a little bit lean. And the most aggressive thing that changes the way it sounds is the over and under idle adaptive spark control. So this is kind of like a part two. Like I said, let's get into it. Let's make this small cam sound like a big nasty. Let me go ahead and show you what these different settings do and how they affect the sound of the idle. We're going to start off with kind of what you would expect a mild cam to sound like, and then slowly make changes and get this cam sounding more and more aggressive. But you want to get the idle as low as possible while still maintaining vacuum and drivability, and make sure it doesn't stall. But this is without any over and under idle spark control. This is with the idle timing a little bit too advanced, and the AFR is good. But let's go ahead and bring down this idle. This is 1,000 RPM idle, step one. I'm going to bring the idle down to about 800. So this is the idle brought down to about 800. It sounds natural. It sounds like how you would expect a small cam to sound, but it doesn't chop like you would expect a big cam to sound. Not everyone can have a big cam in their daily driver. It's just not practical. You got to get a big converter. You got to get a big ear. Some people just want to choose the cam that's right for them, but they would like for it to sound like a bigger cam. So this is what I'm trying to do, is let you, this is a truck Norris cam. So you can get a truck Norris cam and have it still chop like it's, I don't know, like a stage 4 Texas speed cam or something like that. So this is idle, 800 RPM. Still, the idle advance is a little too aggressive. It's like 35 degrees. Okay, next step, I'm going to lower the overall timing to about 28 degrees. And this is still without messing with the over and under idle spark control. So let's just see what lowering the timing can do. Okay, that's with the timing lowered to about 26 degrees at idle. Still, it's just a steady idle timing control. This is basically your natural sounding lope of the cam. This is how the cam wants to sound in its natural state. But what I do to really make it chop, make the idle fluctuate, go up and down, the truck starts rocking, is the over and under timing control feature. And you can play with that to make it mild or more aggressive as far as the chop. So this is the natural sound of the camshaft. And here in a second, I'm going to come in here and I'm going to activate that over and under timing change. This is with the over and under timing change made. Some people might not like it, but you actually hear a lot of cars like this on the road, cammed LS's, where the tuners will just automatically do this. And you think this is just the natural sound of the cam, but really it's somewhat artificial. Whenever you hear a cam chop like this, and in my opinion, I feel like it's made to sound like that, because you can choose to make a cam sound smooth and less choppy. You have to kind of go out of your way to make it hit like this. So this is 800 RPM idle. Overall idle timing about 26 degrees, and the over and under timing adjustment is about 15 degrees. Let me show you where to make those timing adjustments. So it goes from the up and down. I'm going to click it now. And we should see the timing kind of flatline. get that timing jumping up and down to give you the chop. Okay, so here's the home screen of the HP Tuner software. You're gonna go to Engine, Spark, right here. And right here, you have your idle adaptive spark control. This is how you're gonna get that crazy heartbeat swing that I was showing you in the data log. Let's see where I have mine set. I have mine set at -10 degrees if it's over. And the under is gonna be 10 degrees as well. So you can play with how aggressive the chop is by changing these over and under timing numbers. Let me make this a little more mild because this might be too aggressive for some of you guys. I'm gonna change this to 5 degrees and see how it sounds then. All right, so now we have a 5 degree of timing swing up and down. It should be more balanced between natural and artificial lope. Let's get back here and see what it sounds like. That's a pretty good balance between being too choppy and a natural sounding cam. 10 degrees was pretty aggressive as far as the choppiness goes. But yeah, I think that's a good balance. 5 degrees if you want that mild chop, 10 degrees of timing swing if you want a more aggressive chop, and make sure your overall idle timing is around, I don't know, let's say 25 degrees. AFR has to be on point. It can't be rich or else it's going to soften up the chop. It's not going to sound as aggressive. And yeah, there's a lot of ways you can adjust how a cam sounds. You might think your buddy has a super huge aggressive cam, but really it's just tuned to sound that way. So you can really tune it to get the sound, whatever you want. You can have that natural cam lopey sound, or you can have that typical LS choppy sound. You know, you can kind of tune it to however you want. So that's pretty neat. Oh snap, we got another Corvette, guys. Let's see if this one wants to play. What the hell? It's got numbers. What is this, a fucking race car? Z06 wheels? Sounds pretty damn good.